Hello, hello, hello.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, coming from the Balkans region and far beyond, to another episode of our wonderful Babylon Balkan Show.
Yes. It will be another good episode, but I want to start with a thank you for all the positive comments, positive messages we got so
Yes,
far from our audiences.
indeed.
And today we have another episode for you. We have Vasilii Nikotin as a guest from Russia, living in Belgrade, Serbia. He's a product manager in IT, and he's living in Belgrade, Serbia, as I said, due to obvious reasons, the invasion of the Ukraine by Russia, and because of that, he has some interesting stories. Also, he has an interesting background, and I'm willing to hear more about his journey through the life and in this episode.
Exactly. And we're going to ask him about how it is living as a Russian in Serbia, especially after the 24th of February 2022, his experience of living abroad, his ideas and thoughts about the current situation in Russia and abroad, and in general, what are his plans and for general audience to understand that not all the Russians are the same and that they're not going through all the same stuff as the majority. And we want to understand this and to get know from a person coming from Russia and living currently in the Balkans. And it will be for sure an amazing episode. So without further ado, let's start this episode.
Yeah, let's go. And here we are back again. Welcome to another episode.
Welcome, everyone.
Yeah.
Our current guest today, as we mentioned, is Vasily. Welcome, Vasily, to our humble show.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm really happy to be here, and I'm ready to start a real interesting conversation with you.
We're honored to have you here today. And as we already said, you're coming from a very specific country in general throughout the history, especially nowadays. So you're coming from a tough country. Therefore, we need to start with tough questions. So, Onat, if you may.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, yeah, immediately.
A lot of marks,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
don't
yeah.
just
You'll
start,
see, especially the first two questions from Onat and me. They're really tough ones.
Yeah, they're like our special questions. What is your top three things on your bucket list and why?
Aha.
Top. Sorry, didn't get it right.
Top three things on your bucket list.
Oh,
Aha. You didn't expect this one.
no, no, no,
That
no,
was
no,
a
no.
trick. So these first two questions are actually just easy going, just to introduce yourself a bit more and to be more relaxed and so on. Yeah.
Oh, really don't know. Really don't know. Uh,
Private, professional ones, and you name it. Like, what do you want to achieve in the upcoming future?
Now it's so difficult, because it's really difficult to predict something. Maybe 1 2 days in my during life, but already I can do it maybe more 1 2 months. Uh, before all this stuff, I have a lot of plans and really huge dreams and goals. But 1 year ago, everything was destroyed. Uh, Now I don't want to plan for so far in my life because I think it's impossible, just maybe 1 2 year. Now I want to more maybe travel,
Mhm.
Yeah,
and this thing came to my mind after our last travel with my wife to Japan, because it's like in our world, because before I never been in Asia, and especially Japan. It's something in the future, this country in the future, and you can realize, Jesus, why I lived in the past so long time, and I don't want to return again to the past. Uh, yeah, maybe it's one main thing now in my life, because it's really important. I see how I can change my mindset and everything in the picture. Then I see a lot of people from different countries, different languages, cultures. It's amazing. It's amazing. And second thing, I don't want to say free. I have two only. Sorry, guys.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
Maybe it's more general. I want to do all stuff that I really want and that will give me satisfaction. Because life is so short, and I don't want to waste my time for some shit, for boring job and things that I don't want to do and don't want to see in my life. I really want to do something significant, but I cannot say what is it. I just when it comes in my mind, yeah, I want to do it. Yeah.
So basically, you want to travel more, and you want to find some project that fulfills you, and you don't feel attached to it, but like you feel happy doing it. But it's your like bucket list to find it, so to say.
Yeah.
Okay. And from my side, I hope it will not be also difficult to answer. What did you want to be when you grow up? So when you were little, you had the idea of growing up and becoming some person or whatever, some professional. What did you want to become?
Really.
Again, difficult.
Yeah. I think a lot of thoughts were, but
We can help you. Well, two of our guests want to be truck drivers, so it's really that simple. So,
oh no. uh, I don't know. I have some maybe fun thing than I saw sport, football players and football matches. But in my mind, and maybe it was not only in my childhood. Maybe it was when I was approximately 18, 20. Because during the school, in university, I wasn't so sporty, and I really didn't feel that I have it. But I really wanted to achieve something. I didn't have a dream to be, uh, I don't know, truck driver, whatever. But maybe something near to sport, something where I can be champion with team, or maybe individual sport, but nothing specific, really, nothing specific.
that's fair enough. At least
Yeah.
something. Yeah. So there was a icebreaker questions. Now we can move to the main topic we have today.
Icebreaker.
Yeah, I hope it was icebreaker. I hope that you're now more
Okay.
relaxed.
Okay.
So this one can be like maybe a bit more tough, or maybe not, depending on your perspective. From my side, how does it feel to be a Russian today?
Oh.
I already have some impression, but please share your personal experience.
Jesus Christ. Oh, it's really tough. Because I really don't like this thing that's now around my nation. Because I'm not an enemy, for somebody. I'm just a human. I'm not an enemy because I was born in this country. And why somebody can blame me for that because I have this passport. I cannot say that my life is so difficult. No, I don't wake up in the morning, go to the street, and somebody hit in my face because I'm Russian. Nothing like that. But you feel that you're guilty for something. For, for what, I don't understand. I can't realize for what I'm guilty, because something terrible now happening in this war. You feel that you have a small room for motion. You are not so flexible. You cannot go to a bunch of countries and feel free. You cannot speak out loud sometimes in some countries, because and I have some case, because I'm working in the international company. I have meetings with people around the world, a lot of countries, and of course from Ukraine. And for me, it was and it is, I don't know how to react. I don't know how to feel, because they can check where I'm from, because now I'm in Serbia, in Belgrade, but they can check. And can I speak in Russian? Don't know, but I know that we both know Russians, Russian language, but I don't feel. Can I use it or no? Can I speak English, or what I need to? Or when I realize that I'm from Russia, how do they? I don't know how to do it. It's difficult, because I feel a little bit guilty for something, but I don't know for what. And in our case, it was here in Belgrade. It was a bookshop, and I bought something. I don't remember really, and I said thank you, hvala, in Serbian, and she said uh, in Serbian, after in English, and also in Russian. And I asked where from, and she was from Odessa.
In
And
Ukraine. Yep.
yeah, and I'm just stood in the last place. I'm here from Russia, from Moscow. I'm buying something from you, and you're from Odessa, and now it's a war between when Russia occupied Ukraine. And I have no words for just in this moment. I said I'm really sorry for everything. I'm really sorry for my country, and that's what we're doing now. And nothing. It was, for me, it was a terrible situation. And I cannot do something here now immediately. Uh, I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, it's impossible to compare how feeling now people from Ukraine.
Yep.
It's impossible. Yeah.
And how did she react when you figure out that she's Ukrainian and she figured out you're Russian?
Nothing. Nothing. She said it's okay. Don't worry. It's okay. It's not. We're not blaming you. Don't worry about that. But anyway, it changes nothing for me.
It's difficult. I mean, it's obvious that you have conscience, that you're not feeling good about it, and that you want to contribute in the best way as possible. And it's you. We never are. We could never be prepared for such situation. It just happens, and you go as you go, day by day. You meet different people from different countries, especially people from Ukraine, as you're doing international job. And it's tough. I can imagine, as you explained to it. How should you behave or not? Some people just go with Russian, don't care about anything, but you are thinking about how should you approach, and you're having these second thoughts. That also says about you. I can say like that you have conscience, that you're feeling sorry about it, and people, I guess, they're seeing that, such as this cashier, and she recognized this, and she doesn't have anything to blame you for.
Yeah, but yeah. Of course, it's for us. It's something new. We just can read it in the history book about the past, but now it happened with us. We're in the middle of this, and it's just a start of something. Because it's just 1 year. I think everything and more and horrible things will be in future, and we cannot predict it. But anyway, I'm trying to to change it, and say to me that it's my life. I need to live. I need to do something. I have a family, but on another side, you cannot just walk away from this thing. It's war, and it, it have a connection with you.
Mm. Understandable. And how was your life before February 2022?
Oh, I lived in Moscow
Mm-hmm.
more than 29 years, I think. Yeah, I was born in Moscow, and the last 8 years was pretty successful for me because I was graduate from shitty university, agriculture university in Moscow, and now I'm product manager in IT, and you can realize how long this was this way.
Mm.
Uh, but but I managed it, and maybe after 2 years when I graduate, I just saw in my life, and what's the shit? It's really a piece of shit. Where's my future? What I'm doing here? And after 7 years, I think I changed every year my mind. I changed the view of everything that I need more and more. Uh, and I was 29 when everything happened. We had plans to leave Russia, but not because these things. Because before the war, I think 3-4 months when Putin and government prepared everything, already everybody realized that something will happen in the future. But we heard about in our country, maybe Europe, find something in the international company and try to live abroad. Uh, and everything was okay with salary, with family, with plans. Uh, yeah, you asked me, and I just trying to remember it. It looks like it was 10 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really hard to uh, find something. What was in February? What was 1 year ago, 2 years ago? I don't remember. I really don't remember. Somebody here uh, asked me about Moscow, and I don't remember some places, some restaurants,
Mm.
cafes. I need time to uh, create a picture where I was at this time. Maybe because it was really huge year and a lot of nervous and everything. It's like really, it looks like a 5-10 years ago.
Wow. Because your life was changed suddenly and it changed tenfold since then. And that's why you said like 10 years. Like,
Yeah,
it's,
yeah,
it's a big thing for everyone. And
Maybe
we.
like
Mm.
things that will happen in 10 years happen in 6 months,
Mm.
7 months.
yeah, yeah. And really, I didn't have time to reflect. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I know that happened before, but I need some time to reflect it, to realize that I changed two places after Russia, because the first we lived in Uzbekistan in Tashkent, and after we relocated to Serbia, and new apartments, new people, new stuff, new daily stuff, new places, everything. You change everything just because. And what was that? I really didn't have time to sit and to what was the period? How I need to reflect. What is the outcome? No
Mm.
time, because everything's so fast. Um, yeah.
Yeah. And you mentioned you first moved to Tashkent, Uzbekistan. So
Yeah.
how did you come up with this idea? Okay, I'm moving outside right now. Where I'm going next, and how did you land up in the end in Serbia?
When you live in Russia and you wake up every morning and read news, uh, and it's not like surprise. You open, and, oh shit! Again, some shit in our country, because after Crimea, I think everything went to the hell. I don't know after Crimea. I think during Putin, everything went to the hell. And for me, to live in Russia, it's like to survive every day. You need to be ready for everything. You can lose your job. You can lose your money. Some can rob you in the street. A lot of things. It's just my opinion, of course.
We
I think
understand we're coming from Serbia and Turkey. I
yes.
mean,
It
you
sounds
Yeah,
very similar
very
for
similar. So
for all of us.
yeah. And you need to have a lot of plans for everything. And maybe in January, I already have some thoughts that we can leave this country. I I didn't know exactly the time that we are going to do it, but of course you see news, you see some of these things that our army on the near the border of Ukraine, and of course, but anyway, I didn't believe that it would happen. Uh, and 24th of February, I wake up. It was 6 a.m. I know. I didn't know. I don't know. Maybe because of feeling of something. I open. We have a Medusa. It's kind of newspaper and app in Russia. It's very popular, and now especially. And the first line, the war started. Uh, Come on, guys! And what the is going here? Uh, and first thought, we need to leave Russia. That's all. Because after 29 years, no doubt that everything would be better. No way. No. Uh, I spent maybe 3-4 days to figure it out where we can go, because the prices on the tickets go up or immediately. The ticket to Uzbekistan one way, the price was approximately between 60. No, you don't know rubles. Sorry. Oh, and now currency changed. Oh, Jesus. Oh, dinners. I think dinners is okay. Uh,
if you can do dinners, I can switch to euros. Euros is more like a common
yes,
currency to us all.
maybe between 80,000 and 120,000 of dinners. It's more than 1,000 euro
So
one way.
So 1,000
Wow.
euros in one way.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. But our
And before,
company
how much was it?
10, no. Again, Rabos, dinners,
Around 100
euros.
euros. Yeah,
No,
less.
less, really less.
Wow. Okay.
Maybe less. But I didn't check Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan, not my favorite places to go and travel. But I said we must buy it. Really.
And this was before the mobilization, right?
Yeah.
And probably after that, it was much
Skyrocketed.
higher.
No, really. It was a period, maybe between May and September, that everything calmed down, and prices too. It was not already so expensive, but because I think people just it's okay, it really will be okay. Don't worry, it's Russia. But during the first month after the war, it was a chaos, and panic. Nobody really knows what to do, but I understood that we need to go to another country. Doesn't matter Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, because it's impossible to plan to live in Russia during the war and just create your new plans in this area, in an environment. Then you are so afraid of mobilization and everything, and really nobody what's going on here. Uh, but our company both a charter the whole airplane to Uzbekistan,
Your
and also
company.
yeah, and also they both to Turkey, and they ask where you want to go. Of course, the first thing is Turkey, because you think it's more civilization in this country, but the best choice was Uzbekistan because everybody goes to the Turkey. And we lived 1 month in Uzbekistan, in Tashkent. I really didn't know everything about this country. It's Tashkent, it's Uzbekistan. I don't know what's going on in this country, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Anyway, I meet a lot of people here who like to compare Moscow and Belgrade, or some other countries. But it's impossible, guys. The first thing, you leave your home country because of Putin started the war with Ukraine. Guys, I think it's something significant here. It's not like you travel and, oh, where we go to Serbia. No, it's because it's impossible to live in your country. And I'm thinking in this case, it's impossible to compare anything. You here start to your new life, you're trying to survive, and that's why just try to live and be happy because you're not in the danger at this moment. Yeah. uh, for me, Tashkent, Belgrade, I really just wanted to be safe, my family and me, and just have a room to start to think about future, what what do next, because it's impossible to live just one day. And so
And when did you come with the idea to move from Tashkent to Serbia?
it was a suggestion of our company because they provided relocation. They suggested a bunch of countries: Colombia, Poland, Montenegro, Serbia, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, and Kyrgyzstan. Last three countries, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, and Kyrgyzstan, are not in my list because I'm really uh, future of this country. I'm not sure in this future of this country, and of course they are so connected to Russia.
Yeah.
Serbia. I'm sorry, guys, but I really didn't know nothing about Serbia. But only last thing, the war in Yugoslavia and NATO bombing.
Not Djokovic or
No,
basketball.
no, Djokovic, no way. Djokovic, Vidic, Nemanja Vidic, because I'm
Okay.
a fan of Manchester United,
You see, you
and
knew something.
yes, and I saw him 1 week ago. For me, it was like a miracle
Who?
here in Belgrade.
Vidic.
Yeah, Nemanja Vidic.
Oh, great.
Yes,
Great.
yes. Uh, but of course, Colombia. We have a dog and cats, and it's so far, and it's in our country culture for us. But Poland, I heard that. Well, you asked me about question how I feel like in Russian, and of course, it's my opinion that in Poland, Latvia, and Litva, people think in our way about us.
Russophilia. There's a
They
strong
more,
Russophilia. So you can say it. I
yeah,
experienced from in my sense as being a Serbian there or being as a foreigner in that countries. Somebody can get offended from those countries, but honestly, as a foreigner there, it's really tough, especially in Poland. If you are a black, oof, tough thing. If you're Muslim, oof, tougher. So the
Yeah.
best thing is if you're white, Catholic, and Polish, then you're perfect. Uh, for sure, there are some exceptions. I don't want to blame anyone in the whole country for sure, but the general feeling is like that. And especially now, if you're coming from Russia, ooh, there is even like pumped up hatred or like scare or whatever how you call it. I can imagine yourself being Russian moving to Poland would be the worst choice. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Just never been in Poland, but you can imagine it yet.
yeah,
And
for sure.
uh, Serbia, my wife was here 5 years ago,
Mm.
and her experience not so happy because there are no some new buildings, new stuff here, companies, Microsoft, waterfront. Now it's so cool place here, and for her it was a little bit not so good to live here. But anyway,
In
it's
what
it's
sense? She didn't like how the city looked like or how
yeah,
people
yeah, yeah.
behaving?
No, it's only city because it didn't look like a modern city.
Uh-huh.
It
Okay.
was uh, something like obsolete. But anyway, I checked some economy stuff, currency level, you know, dinners euro, and it was not so bad. I also Serbia is so near to Europe, and my girlfriend now is in Netherlands. She lives there,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why we already planned something how we will see each other, and because Serbia is near to Netherlands, it's really easier. Uh, but I, 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 to be honest, I didn't have some deep analysis of this country.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because of Slavic, of course, and we really with Russia have some connection. And if you will type into Google how Serbian reacts to Russia, you can see the answer. They're really happy to see us here, and yeah, yeah. I chose to move to Serbia.
Mm. And how did your family and friends react to your decision to move out of Russia?
Um, Friends. Um, my best friend is from Kiev, and now he lives with his wife in England. We had some periods. It was a little quarrel between us before everything.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing that no, it's a lie. Not the first, but I think the main thing that I did after the war started, I wrote to him because he traveled to Kiev, and I just, how are you? Everything is okay. And we return our friendship, and here nothing. He just uh, wished me good luck and to leave this country. Uh, some guys from Russia, side by side, somebody just, why are you here? Because it's stupid, everything is okay. Somebody just stopped chatting with me. That's all. I'm just leave my country. Wrote to these guys. Maybe the first time they answered me, uh, but after I see that they read the message and nothing. And I think 50% of my acquaintances, no friends,
Mm-hmm.
did like this. Family here, no breakers,
Mm.
because whom I like, they wish me only good things, and everything like this. And my father now is here in Serbia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. More than after the mobilization, he relocated after mobilization, and that's why nothing serious, nothing serious.
Mm. I see. That's good. No breakers, as you said. And how was the whole process of you moving to Serbia? Was it difficult? How much was the ticket? Was it also expensive? The residence permit, all the things when you came here.
Um, hmm. Ooh, just let me remember it. No, it was not so. difficult, I think. We lived 1 month in Uzbekistan, and at the end of this month, just wrote my company guys needed to go to Serbia. They said, yeah, you can start. Um, of course, I just can understand my company because there are 60,000 of people work in my company. It's an American company, EPAM, and bulk of them worked and working in Ukraine, Belarus, and Russia. And for company, it's so difficult to help everybody immediately. And I was searching apartments by myself. Serbian really good guys because in Uzbekistan, the price for our apartment in the oh Jesus, it was so far from the center, and it was so old building. $800 per month.
Well,
Uzbekistan, Tashkent, because they really sold. Oh, Russians money,
Yeah.
we can earn more. I can say nothing here because it's a business.
mm,
They suggest I can buy. I don't know. In Serbia, it was better, but prices was huge after 1 month for one room apartment in Vrachar. It's
cities.
really
Yes, a
yes,
historical city center, as they call it. Yeah.
yeah. Uh, Price was more than 1,500 euro. Uh,
How big is it? How many square meters?
Oh, less 30, I think.
Less than 30. Wow.
Yes,
Yeah,
less
yeah.
than
So I
30.
heard. But you arrived before they skyrocketed, right?
Uh, yep, I
Uh,
was in the first wave, and we rented our apartment on Airbnb.
mm,
After then, the company said that I need to find something in long term because they need to produce me Boravak, a residence permit.
mm-hmm.
Um, I was searching during 2 3 weeks, and my wife just, oh, maybe we ask our landlord from Airbnb, and the answer, oh, I really want to find something who are going to sign in the contract in the long term on my apartment where I living, and I really was lucky here. And we started living in this apartment. The price was 500 euro. It's in the center, Terska Square,
Wow.
Kosovska, and it was okay because after
It's a
then
nice
I
location.
yeah then I talking with guys who came after March or May. Uh, they rented for 1,000 euros, really in the countryside,
Mm.
and
Hmm.
so old apartment. But now it's better. Really, the situation is better because a lot of people returned to the Russia or went to in our country.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you were
Yeah,
lucky.
my friends are also in New Belgrade, and Dusan was also living there. And their rent was about 300, 400 before everything. And now it is 1,020.
Mm.
Yeah,
Nonsense, nonsense.
yeah.
It's a market economy. The same thing in Uzbekistan. They see a high
In Turkey
demand.
as well.
In Turkey as well, yeah.
In Antalya, it is. Just today, I saw the news. The rents were increased 1,100% till the war.
After the war.
Hmm.
Wow. It's insane. I mean, so I'm guessing again because of lots of people coming from Russia, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Russia and Ukraine.
Mm. And Vasily, how was the whole process of you coming to Serbia, getting the residence permit and everything, the whole administration? How was the authority towards
Bureaucracy.
you? The bureaucracy, yeah. Was it
Uh,
difficult?
no. For me, no, because my company managed all things. But anyway, I saw that it was tricky because it's the same bureaucracy, and the people here. really like to put one document in our site and after return it, and it's but for me it's okay. I saw it a lot of times in my country,
Awesome.
and again, how I said, because I really understand why was the reason why I'm here. I really don't care about it.
No, yeah, that's
I
great.
can I can wait, and because of everything here is Polako and it's a Serbia.
Take it easy.
Just yeah, calm down and wait here and wait, your place. It's really okay. About it was about residence permit and everything, but anyway, it was the last case here in Raiffeisen Bank because now I have a non-resident account. I have a card, I can use it, but I cannot transfer my money. I can't send it to my mobile and everything. Just no functions in my app. And after the 1 year here in Serbia, you can switch your account to a residence. And I came to the branch in the Raiffeisen and said, guys, I have a second residence permit. I'm here more than 1 year. Oh, there. Oh, we're happy for you. Can you bring a document where you live more than 1 year in Serbia? And what document you have my residence permit? No, no, no. We don't know. We don't know about nothing about your residence permit. Can you bring us your first Bele carton? It's some document that you I need to get from police and you come in Serbia, like Russian. Your first Bele carton. It was 1 year or 2 months ago, and I just, guys, why do you want it? We want to take a copy from it. And okay, guys, but can you check in your system? Then I open account in your bank. I give you a copy of the Bele carton. Yeah, we have. Can you use it? No, 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 no. We need original to take a copy. And it's just, oh, guys. And the last phrase she said, you need to change your account to the residence. We don't need to switch it. And it's your interest. And
Yeah.
okay, guys. Okay, yeah. Okay.
How customer friendly, eh?
Yeah.
Really amazing.
But it's okay.
Besides bureaucracy in Serbia, do you like living in Serbia for more than 1 year?
Yeah, it's amazing. For me, no adaptation period during this 1 year because it looks like then you come to just in our country, in our city, in your country. It's small, it's cool. People are so kind. A lot of dogs. Food is amazing. Everything is amazing. And this vibe, order a beer and just calm down because it's a morning of Monday. Oh, it's a good one. For me, it's cool. But it's great to live here 1 year because of circumstances. But I don't want to live here. It's just like that.
Yeah, you have some other plans.
And also, it must be overwhelming for you to have a lot of Serbian around you, pro-Russian, pro-Putin.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it was surprising for me to see Putin everywhere. So this is not your president, guys.
Yeah. In every taxi driver, I'm from Russia. Yes, I'm from Russia. Putin is a man. Oh, Jesus Christ. And the next 20 minutes, they are just talking to you how it was right to start the wars, that NATO will kill everybody here. And you're just, okay. I see your point. Yep. And, but I don't know. I think it's not about all Serbia. I think much more about oldest people and who are after maybe 40, 50, and unfortunately I don't have a statistic because like I see because this country really has so terrible past 30 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
people really don't care about this shit. They're tired. They really want to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, they don't want to be involved in the politic things and this war again. For them, it's really overwhelmed because we really had our war, and it's not our business, guys. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm okay. I'm okay with this position. No.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. There are also young people have this opinion, and so you, as you said, you just said I'm from Russia, and he immediately, oh yeah, Putin, loved all those things that he's doing, but they need to do some, so to say, a math in their head. So you're Russian coming right now. Why? Because you're against that Russia that he's supporting. But they don't think. Just see, this is a
Yeah.
good brand that they like, Russian, perfect. What is in the background? They don't think about it at first. Maybe after second or third iteration, they figure out, oh, he's not actually the Russian in my head, the romanticized Russian. So it's insane. The young people as well. It's really irony. You're coming to a country that's on the surface is neutral, but underneath is pro-Russian, strongly pro-Russian, or you can say pro-Putin more than
Yeah.
pro-Russian.
Yeah.
And then
Mhm.
all those Russians that are against Putin come inside. It's a weird, ironic mix. It's a historical twist. It's yeah.
Yeah. It's life. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a tip for people for the people in general. Don't support any other president that is not you. So it goes for the Bosnians as well. They are supporting. They love Erdogan.
Erdogan, yeah, it's
Yeah.
insane. Uh,
Whenever I take a cab in Bosnia, they're oh Erdogan. We
hmm,
love him.
But
you
you have
see,
an
Okay.
election now. You know. You have election now.
Yeah, we'll see.
Second round. You know, in our country, no rounds. Only one person can win.
who is against? Just put it in a van and throw it somewhere, or put some nuclear waste in his tea. Either way
Yeah.
around, that's how you solve the situation in Russia. Uh,
Yeah.
Speaking about Russians coming to Serbia and this area, 100 years ago, that was the case after the Russian Revolution. A lot of white immigration, as they were called back then, the anti-communist Russians, they moved into Yugoslavia back then, or Serbia, which was not similar case as today. Back then, so there were also pro-Russian sentiment in Serbia, Montenegro, this area, and Russians that were kind of like those, like Tsarist Russians, were coming in. So perfect. Now it's not those type of Russians that you would like. And plus, back then, as I remember, there were a lot of architects, ballet dancers, writers, artists. Right now, you may say it's mostly IT guys or guys that just want to have some businesses, just move away, just a transit. Or you have
Oh,
some different opinion about this?
you know, we have some similars. We have some differences here. Of course, if from one side, it's wrong to compare because I think it's really didn't start during the white migration revolution. I think it started during the war with Japan, Russia with Japan, and after the First World War. And also, it was during wars with Japan. In the end, it was a revolution. Uh,
A brief
Bloody,
one.
Bloody Sunday in the 1905.
Yeah.
Uh,
St. Petersburg.
and
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And I don't remember, but it was a statistic that already during this year, people got some international passports to leave Russia.
Hmm.
And of course, people left Russia during 10, 20 years,
Hmm.
in this period. Like now, because if I know right, after no, so the last 10 years, more than 3 million people from Russia went in our different countries. Um, I think it's a similar because during white migration, um, according statistics, more than 1,500,000 people, and I think
Hmm.
before the same amount, but different things because at this period in Russia, it was a switching of governments, monarchy to Bolshevism, and it it was last years of monarchy. Now we have not last years. It just start of monarchy in our country, uh, blossom of monarchy, and I don't think that people believe that something will happen with him and his patrons, but I'm not sure. And 20th century, it was a different thing.
Yeah.
Also, it was not only war. Now it's because Russia occupied Ukraine, but during the First World War, it was war where it was United Kingdom, France, it was Atlanta, and Austria and Germany, and Ottoman Empire. Uh, and you said also about society, about people. Now it's IT, but at this period, during white migration, artists, scientists, yeah, of course, like Sikorsky, left Russia.
He was
Also,
the one that made the jet planes, all right?
helicopter, yeah,
Helicopter, right
Helicopter,
there.
yeah.
yes,
Helicopters.
yes, yes. Also, I read an article about a guy, Victor Staruhin. It was a famous baseball player in Japan.
Oh.
He won more than 300 matches, and it's a legend in Japan and baseball, and also in USA. And if I remember right, he left Russia in 1916, also because of war. Yeah, and a lot of people like this. But now we just don't know who left our country. I think here, it's maybe it escapes me. Strong people, strong times create strong men. Strong men create good time, and etc. I think now it's just like this. Maybe in future, in 10, 15 years, we will see like Slavic people in USA and in Europe who will create a good company, a business, social projects. Because now we're just in the mess, in the chaos. But a lot of businessmen, a lot of scientists now, and maybe you read about it, USA and Germany also said welcome. We're really happy to see you in our country with scientists. We have a lot of money and everything. It was like in during the First World War, like when France and Turkey sponsored Russian army and Russian people because they know that they will return to Russia, and also they can change the government, and after think can be in the future.
True. I mean, if you compare the last 150 years from Russia, a lot of people, or the Russian Empire, so not the meaning of Russian people of ethnicity, but a lot of Jews from that area, lots of people of different ethnicities went abroad, especially in the US, and they became successful in many ways. And this emigration after First World War was also impactful to any society they went in. I know you can just by looking at Belgrade right now, maybe you noticed there are lots of famous buildings in the city center, and not only
Yeah.
Belgrade, but also nearby cities such as Sremski Karlovci, Novi Sad, built by Russian architects, and now they're the core of the city. And just see how many other countries profited from the miserable situation of those people from Russia. They need to flee away, and then they found like a safe haven, and they contributed to society or building the society. For 30 years in Belgrade, in this between two World War wars, it was amazing period for them to, and also was beneficial for the Yugoslavia in that sense. I guess also in France, also in Turkey. Yeah.
Yeah, I see a lot of artists in Turkey from Russia and Ukraine, and even in Istanbul there are comedy nights just for Russians, and like 10, 12 comedians from Russia taking the stage, and they're like they're building their career now, and they're starting going to other European cities for shows. Like maybe they didn't get that chance in Russia, but now
Mhm.
they have.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Of course, it will change everything in Serbia, in Turkey, in Armenia, and Kazakhstan, and every country where we came
Hmm.
now, because the first thing you started to think in our way, because something changed in your life. You lost everything. People really lost cars, money, jobs, a lot of, and they need to create. They need to do something with their lives in new country,
Mm.
create new connections, and also here in Serbia, I see that now Serbia can use it, really can use it, because a
Hmm.
lot of really good people, not only about money, but like about sector IT,
Mm.
uh, they can suggest them programs, mortgages, I don't know, to get a passport or residence permit in our way, not like now just for not 1 year and I need to renew it every year. Uh, Grants, money, because it's really cool and it's new. They can create a new market. It helps them to change the economy and all things here,
Mm.
and it's really cool. It's not just like our life go to hell. We can help each other. Of course, it looks like, you know, and people here and in our country uh, use it like benefit for them. And from one side, it looks like uh, it's not right, of course, because I come here in your domestic country, you have everything here, and I lost everything, and you start to use me for your life, for your improvements, for everything. But from another side, it's life, it's business, it's okay. Uh, I want to grow, country Serbia want to grow. Why we can help each other? I
Mm.
think it's normal. It's
Hmm.
normal.
Yep.
Uh, and how I said before is that strong times create hard times create strong people. Artists, scientists, IT entrepreneurs, everybody who can make something in his life significant. I think that this war and all this stuff that happened before in their life can change mindset, and these people can do something more, because you sit on your place in Russia and you just relax, and now everything changed, and you again in the start of your journey. Life push you to do something, man. Look, nothing can gain. You need really to move, and maybe really this. Of course, I'm sure that this hard time this year create amazing people in the future.
Mm. And
Yeah,
interesting.
once you're out of your comfort zone, not willingly, you have to do whatever you are doing like 10 times more, maybe.
Yeah,
Mm. And interesting what you mentioned about Serbia. It sounded like they are more behaving as a one-way street where they only extract and don't give anything in return. They don't make like a synergy, 1+1 to create a three. They just take the one and don't give anything in return.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah,
Which is not the case, I can say, in Germany with Ukrainian refugees. Okay, we can understand the situation. The Russians are fleeing from Russia as they can. The Ukrainians flee because they must. At least at the beginning was the situation. And we know the politics. The Europe is more welcome to Ukrainians than for people from Russia. and that's the case, and they want to extract as much as possible with them, and they have this policy, as you said, even for some cases it's not well deserved, but nevertheless they have this brand of coming from Ukraine and they give them everything. But in your case, I think it's even better situation because you're willing to contribute something, not just you yourself, but those creme de la creme people from Russia, the literal brain drain. And people should use it to for themselves as governments, as societies, and hopefully in the future, those people, you yourself, can sometimes, depending on your plan situation, come back to Russia and help rebuild a society there. That will make a big change. That's like opportunity for global society. Yeah, it's my opinion. So yeah.
Yeah, of course, but I'm not sure that government and people really have so long-term things and things
No.
that it's not, you know, like in Japan. Uh, People now work for their children, not for their lives. I'm here just not to earn money for myself. I want to create a future for my son or his son,
Mhm.
and it's a cool mindset. In Slavic countries, and I think in some European countries, people think just about this day and it New Year weekend. Oh, I can earn a lot of money and we can spend and go to Monaco. But they don't think that if we're just now change the system of in school and universities, the people in 15, 20 years, we just, oh, it blew my mind, you know.
Mm.
No, no way, no way,
Yeah.
no way.
I think that's the case only in the ex East Bloc countries, that was situation because it was a hustle, a struggle. You had like a back then in communist areas like a safe pension system and stuff, and you didn't think about it. Nowadays,
Mhm.
30 years after the dissolution of the Iron Curtain and the Eastern Bloc, it's still a transition phase. You may say it. It's still like a day-to-day struggle, and but then you compare it to West Europe, there, okay, some people are also struggling, but more or less I can say for Germany sense, like they now plan for next year. So now next year, where they're gonna go to some concert and they book it now. My mindset in
Mhm.
Serbia was insane. I can do it like 1-2 months, but like next year I don't know if we're gonna be alive by that time. It's insane mentality. For them it's totally normal, totally normal. So I get what your sense, and I also heard that in Russia and Eastern Europe it's like that, the same like in Serbia, like in Turkey, day to day, maybe next month
Yeah.
plans, but more than
Yeah,
that, it's too much.
my parents always criticize me for not planning buying a house or land for my kids, and I'm saying my dad was a worker in government and he managed to buy 3 houses, and now I'm an engineer having a really good salary, and I cannot plan the same thing. So I changed my lifestyle, I changed my mindset. Okay, now I'm enjoying the life until I can do that planning.
Mm.
The economy also changed people a lot. I would like to plan that, but it is not possible right now
Yeah, you're
in
right.
the economy.
The older people, the boomers or the generation afterwards, they don't realize people things have changed. It makes sense what they say, of course, but in this surrounding, you cannot, yeah, break out so easily. We want to break free, as the song says, but
Yeah,
it's
that I would
difficult.
like to buy a land with few apples, but it's not possible now.
You can buy an apple as a start, and then
Maybe, yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And Vasily, in Serbia, did you learn Serbian by now?
A little bit. It's a kind of shame. I
Okay.
started to learn. No, no, no. I started to learn because uh, that to show people here that I am really some kind of respect
Mm-hmm.
that you give me your country. I can live here and thank you guys. But again, plans changed every day, and I just I don't see that Serbian will be so useful in my future.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I know some basic words and phrases
Mm-hmm.
where I can use in markets and people and just where I need something. But of course, I cannot write. I can speak No, no, no.
But then when it's difficult for somebody to understand, they don't speak English, for instance, some people, you switch to Russian or you try Russo-Serbian or...
Oh, here really no, maybe few times then I met some people who didn't know English
Mm,
because it's really high level of foreign languages
it is,
here.
yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a really high level of English language here. If you're going to compare with Russia and in our countries where I was, and a lot of time, then you're just walking with your dog on the street and grand woman with a small dog and ask something here and oh, I'm sorry, moj srpski je loš
Your
and
Serbian is bad, that's what you said, yeah.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and she just switches into English and it's okay. And oh man,
Mm,
maybe 70 years or more, and it's so easy here because in Russia during the World Football Champion, it was
2018.
28, yeah, 18. A lot of foreigners came to Russia. Oh, a lot of cases, and just somebody from Argentina or Mexico asked people in the streets about address, and they cannot answer. They cannot answer.
Mm,
And here now, people from Russia, I see a lot of shame things that Serbian guys in cafe or on the street ask somebody Russian on Serbian, he cannot answer. In English, no way. Okay, and Serbian switched to Russian and trying somehow explain something. In, oh Jesus, guys, just few words in English.
mm,
You are in our country, you need to know something because it's not our country.
mm. And those things about Russians and Russian-speaking people from East Europe, honestly, it happens quite a lot. I noticed in Israel, in some other countries where they go inside, they just, okay, English a bit, but I'll speak to Russian. So how much you understand, how much you can answer. That level of self-confidence is, for me, it's too much. I mean, as you said, it's shameful. You should put a little bit of effort. But this
Yeah.
egocentric approach, yeah, and saying it for Serbia, as you said, they can even switch to Russian to some extent, which is not so often as people would think. They think we are little Russians, and we can easily do this. Although we love Russia, or like unofficially, it's a really a tough thing. I noticed also when I traveled to Russia at some other places, and I was explaining to people, and then I understood, like we kind of like hate our neighbors, which we understand completely, and we love Russians, which we don't understand. And they're far away. I don't know. It's like romanticizing when you're far away and somebody's close. It's also with girlfriends, and stuff. And you have it's nearby you. You appreciate her to some extent. You see some other look good looking. Oh yeah, like, I'll get into
It's a
so much
platonic.
trouble of explaining this to my girlfriend. But it's just an example. Yeah, because it's platonic,
Yeah,
as Anna said. Platonic. Yeah, it's insane.
yeah.
Also, when I was in Russia, I also I never studied Russian, to be honest. But as you said, we can switch to some extent based on some movies, or I don't know, in general culture. I don't know. So I was just trying my best. Also in the Baltics, in Lithuania. Onat can remember. We were in Lithuania there for exchange studies, and I was speaking English to Lithuanians and local Polish or Russians. So whenever they could not switch to English, people around me, Onat or some Italians, whatsoever, they just said, "Hey, Dusan, switch to Russian. They will understand you." I said, "I don't speak Russian. Like, try it." And then I was trying something, and they say, "You see, you speak Russian." Like, fuck you. Like, I was sweating my ass off. Like, okay. And then every time for 6 months, and by the end, I really learned something.
Yeah, I see. I see.
So,
Oh, it's funny,
yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah, so I guess you have this experience with Serbians in Serbia. Yeah, wanted to speak in Russian as much as they can. Yeah,
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 yeah.
that's cool. And did you have any bad experience with some Serbians of like, oh, can these Russians are so much? Because to be honest, there is some rumor after 1 year, like now some people are fed up because of the prices and stuff. Did you have some bad experience, or it's all good by now?
No, really
Then it's good.
no.
Yeah, then it's
They're
good.
still
Yeah.
talking behind.
Yeah, the platonic love was
No.
okay, but now when it's in front of you, it's a bit tricky then.
But I think we need to wait. We
Mm.
need to wait because Serbian just have slow reaction of everything, and it's new experience for them and the
Mm.
country. Because already maybe more than 10 places here are opened by Russians, like restaurants, cafes. If you're, I'm going to Instagram, a lot of advertisements. Do you want to learn something in Serbia? Do you want to buy something in Serbia? And in Russian languages, it's a Russian advertisement.
Yeah,
And oh Jesus, already here, guys, just stop writing me.
yeah.
Oh, interrupt my free time. And you go to the street. For me, it was a kind of satisfaction. And you go to it in Japan, no Russian languages, no Russian languages. You just one in the town who really can speak in Russian, and it's perfect because Japan people really they don't care about it.
Mm.
For them, it's too rude to stare at you. Then you speak in Russian language. In Russia, then I had some, for example, meeting with my English tutor some cafe. All people in the cafe. Then I started speaking English. Oh, who is it? Is a spy? I think. Yeah.
I was about to say that.
Yeah. Guys, it's just English lesson. Do your fucking business. Yeah, it's in Serbia. It's pretty good. But now, when you go to the street, Russian languages, Russian languages, Russian languages, Russian languages. In just maybe in 10 minutes. Oh, it's a Serbian guy. Stop. Yeah, can I go with you? Yeah, for me, it's a little bit difficult. I don't know. For me, I'm not so comfortable with it. I don't know because from my side, our people starts to change everything from their way
Mm.
because they so miss to our country. We want to eat pelmeni and borscht
Mm.
and everything. We need to open a restaurant with pelmeni and borscht. Why Serbian don't cook pelmeni and borscht? Oh Jesus, they don't understand what we love here.
Yeah.
It's Serbia. They cook that as they want. Or in every place here, Serbian smoke in every cafe. Okay, it's not your country, guys. If you don't like, you can go to another cafe. But no, we need to do something to that. And oh, come on. Uh, and that's why I don't like this stuff,
Mm.
really. Because I'm really respectful for everything to this country. I don't want to change because it's not my country.
Mm.
I'm just foreigner here with Russian passport. One thing they can say thank you, and it's all. And how I can help here, and I don't want to disturb you.
Mm.
It's one thing, but to say what you need to change here, no,
Yeah.
no way.
I fully agree with you. I mean, I know some people from ex-Yugoslavia area moving to Germany, like I did, and they just complain all the time about Germany. They're just here for the money. I don't know what else, or just to brag that they're in Germany. I was like, if you don't like it, then go away. I mean, it's really disrespectful. I know it's all. Lots of things don't are not appealing for me in Germany. Like on the surface, it's really good, but it's a bit cold and it's not so cold-hearted, and it's not so fun as in the Serbia or those area. I agree on that, but I'm not the one should be complaining about it because it's their country and their thing. I maybe don't like it, but I keep my mouth quiet and I don't say anything about it. It is as it is, and it's the same as you said about Russians moving to Serbia and wanted now to fix, so to say, to adapt it to
Yeah,
their affinities. Yeah, that's
I hear
yeah.
a lot
And the
from
first,
Turkish people like, "Oh my god, there's a lot of rules in Germany." Yeah, that's why it is functioning. That's why Turkey is not functioning.
Yeah,
So simple.
yeah.
So simple. So from your story, I understood that you don't like hanging out more with Russians as in Belgrade. But are there any, or maybe I'm wrong? Please correct me. Are there any other groups, online groups that you connect? You respond, you exchange some ideas or contacts about some things in Serbia, or not just in Serbia, but in all the countries that the Russians are moving in right now.
Yeah, I really prefer to hang out with foreigners because it's more interesting, or people who don't want to complain me, just want to live here and grow and improve everything. And it's okay. But because of bulk of people, oh, it's so expensive. Chicken is so expensive. What's the chicken, guys? What's wrong with you? We cannot find cottage cheese. Okay, and what's the problem and everything.
Oh,
Yeah, for me, it's better to talk with Serbian guys, or hear a lot of foreigners. A lot of people from Serbia are relocated to Europe, to USA, to Canada, and now return. And it's so cool to hang out with each other, because they can share experience, and they already changed their mind. And a lot of I'm here now in it is co-working house,
mhm.
and it was opened by Blanka Shupa. She is Serbian girl, but she lived in USA and returned now to Serbia to to change this country, to improve something. And you see this kind of people, and you can, they inspired you,
Mm.
and you are so proud of those people. It's so cool. It's really so cool. For me, it's better to, if we are going to sum up the idea of talking and meeting with our people. For me, it's better to uh, meet with people who already achieved something. They're better than me, and they can share their experiences, show me something from another world
Mm.
or another view of something. It's really cool. It's really cool.
Yeah, mm, totally understandable. And so you're open for opportunities. You're not close to any other potential ideas. Well, yeah, life is a wonder. And
Yeah.
y- are currently the Russians that left Russia, they're mostly in. I'm guessing not so much in Western Europe, but they're, I'm guessing, in Serbia, Georgia, Armenia, those Central Asian countries. Um, are they still there? How they're living there? Are you aware of the situation? Do they also want to move to another Western country?
Um, the first thing, I don't care.
Fair,
you know,
fair enough.
yes. If I remember, one survey, it was conducted after half of the year after the war started.
Mm,
50% of people, it was just in IT area. 50% of people, 50, wanted to return to Russia.
okay.
Yeah, and I think it's this amount of people really higher the level of, I think, 70, because I see a lot of guys that after some amount of time, maybe 1 year, half of the year, they don't feel comfortable, because they so miss about Russia, and a lot of conditions, people, and how they say it. Here you need to read all laws and rules. In Russia, you don't need to do it, and
There's one guy
be,
dictating the rules on
yes,
top. I'm
yes,
just
yes. Yeah, and I think because people prefer that somebody solve everything for them, because in Russia, like that, you don't have your own plans, because our government will decide what we're going to do. I just live here my life and spend my time, and because of it, in our countries, they can manage their lives, they can change the way of living and everything. Uh, and it's so difficult to them. And of course, language, new language, Serbian, English, I don't know. In every country is so different. You need to know something. You need to create new connection. It's so tough for bulk of people
Mm.
who left Russia. Uh, I think it's the first point. It's the second. People who have money, maybe good jobs or businesses, they look at these countries like Serbia, mm, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan like a hub
Hmm.
that now we can live here, but we, next year we, I don't know, move to Europe or USA,
Mm.
and it's a less percentage than people who want to return to Russia, maybe 10,
Oh.
maybe 15. But anyway, I know some kind of people like that, and of course it's me. I'm going to our
Mm.
country. I don't want to live in Serbia. Uh, that's why I don't know how much, maybe 1 million people left Russia, our all things, mobilization and war, but 70% of them will return to Russia.
Mm. Interesting fact. I mean, I guess, as you said, you're just estimating, but I'm guessing you're right. I also read somewhere we can also understand from their point of view and your point of view. It just happened suddenly, as you said. People were having some plans, as you said as well. It's difficult in Russia to have some plans, some long-term plans. So, and again, as you said, for 1 year, it felt for you like 10 years. So it's also difficult for most of them, even maybe harder. So the easiest thing, next thing they can do is to move back, although it can lead to many bad consequences. But in this, from their point of view, maybe it's the easier way this moment. So and from your explanation, it's a mosaic from different people, so not only IT people, just from different points I know some filmmaker moved to Serbia. I forgot her name. So, and they have some other plans or some small plans, and now everything changed. So yeah, life can lead them to many different ways. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I can understand. And from your point of view, now that you're living in Serbia, and have you met any Ukrainian that moved to Serbia? I'm guessing they moved out of Serbia pretty faster than Russians.
Oh, mm, I already mentioned one case with the woman in the
Mm-hmm.
bookstore. She was from Ukraine. Hmm. I don't like to ask people where they're from
Yeah, normal.
because it's not my business. Uh, only, yeah. I remember in Russia, then you meet with somebody. The first bunch of questions: where you're working now? What is your salary? How many children do you have? What is your home address? And just like, where's my CV? Just
Okay.
you can read it. Um,
You mind your own
Here,
business. Yeah, that's what you mean.
yes,
Mm,
yes, yes, yes.
yeah.
Uh, Here, no, maybe, but I didn't ask them.
Mm,
They're from. Uh, but yeah, no, it's a kind of lie. A few people told me that they are from Ukraine, but we are okay about that. I'm from Russia. We just talked with each other, and that's all. Some people from Ukraine helped me to find some ways to charity, how I can send money to Ukraine because from from Russian cards it's a
that's
bit yeah, difficult and dangerous. But
it's
now
amazing.
when I'm here, I can send money, and my friend from Kiev, who lives in England,
Mm,
helped me also to send money to Ukraine. But I think I don't care. I don't care.
mm,
Um, what what what? passport of which country do you have, what languages do you know, because it's not so important. What you can share, what you can tell me, how I can help you. I think it's more important than that.
Mhm.
True. Yeah, I agree on that. Ronald, do you have some questions?
Yeah, I mean, in Turkey, there are a lot of people, as I mentioned, from both Russia and Ukraine. I see they already like know they're not supporting the war and they are victim of the war, and they had that kind of a common sense, and now they they're kind of agreeing with each other and supporting each other, and it is good to see because it could have the opposite, and that would also make people's life terrible in other countries as well, like where in the places where they came for living in a peace.
Guessing from your experience and what you said by now that you're not really following what's going on with Russians abroad, but are you following what's going on right now in Russia in terms of the mood towards the war, towards the refugees coming to Russia currently after 1 year? Because not many people know this thing. They only talk about Ukrainian refugees going to West Europe, but nobody's talking about Ukrainian refugees going to Russia. So, or maybe you can just focus on this question if you have any knowledge about how they're living currently.
No, really, I'm not knowledge
Mm,
about this thing.
totally.
And yeah, I'm not so interested about it.
But at least Russians,
Um,
how their attitude currently, both young and old, towards the war after 1 year and after two mobilizations or three.
in Russia,
Mm-hmm.
uh, I just can say maybe my opinion, how I see people who I know, and I just chatted with them, and after in the start of the war and now, and I see some big difference.
Mm.
I don't know about old people, young people, no statistic, and I really don't care because it's now countries so alone, and propaganda and all news, and I don't know everything about what happens in Russia inside. It's so difficult to talk about that when I'm Serbia. But then I see, in the start of everything, I just write to some guys what they thought about it. Do they want to leave? And they said, yeah, they just need some time, family, money, and okay. Um, but a good point.
Mm.
After in half of the year, just guys, what do you think? You know, everything is pretty good. We're working here, good salary because you left our country and we have more money. Yes, we don't have McDonald's now, and we have some shit instead of McDonald's, and of course prices grow up, but it's okay. It's okay. They grow up every year, and now 1 year, more than 1 year after the war, uh, they don't write me, because it's okay. It's okay. They have their own life. They don't think about living. Looks like they're just in another world,
Mm. Okay.
without war, without everything. I don't know. I don't know. But I can understand it because I lived in Russia, and every 4 or 5 years, Putin, and yeah, okay, it's some kind of hope that something will change. Uh, you have it. And something like with Navalny, or something like with Cream, and in the beginning of this year, so angry, and Jesus, again and again with shit, and they lie to us, and uh, nothing nothing good happening here in our country. Nobody cares about people in Russia.
Mm.
Government just want to take more money and corruption and bureaucracy. But in 1 year, you already don't care about it because you have your own stuff. Life is more tough. You need to survive, and okay, politics in another way. But anyway, it's it's completely different.
Mm.
It's war. Our government kill people in Ukraine for nothing. I I don't want to see it. I want to stop it. It's not my country. I really it's not my government.
Mm.
But and it's just so sad to listen or read these messages that everything is okay in Russia, guys.
Mm. The way how you describe it, if we exclude the war, which is a big thing, there's unfortunately not a big difference between Serbia, Turkey, and the Balkans. There's hope after every 4 or 5 years, or even shorter. They even do this thing that they change government after 1 or 2 years, change on the surface, but it's not a change actually, and things getting worse and worse. And it's like the story with the frog. You know, when you put the frog in a pot with the hot water, if you put it like not hot enough at the beginning, just a small, and then bit by bit the frog gets boiled, and
Yeah,
people are getting used to it and getting boiled and boiled. I'm just waiting for that frog to pop up at one point, both Russia, both Balkans, and Turkey. So yeah, and to save itself. Yeah,
yeah,
it's sad. And as you said, this is a point of view of a Muscovite, so people living in Moscow. But is it in general in the whole Russia? Because Russia is huge.
yeah,
Not to over
yeah,
exaggerate, it is huge in any sense.
yeah. 140 millions. I think now it's not so huge amount because of war and
Mm.
people dying in the Ukraine and not only. Uh, I think that on countrysides and small cities, the situation is worse,
Mm.
really worse. Uh, because in Moscow, in Saint Petersburg, in some big countries, you have a lot of source of information. You are, in the center, in the middle of process, and you can see everything.
Also,
Uh,
educated people are there.
yeah. They so have poor mind and without education, with the knowledges of everything.
Mm.
Salaries, I don't know the level now of salary, but maybe between 2 and 500 euros per month. And really, you cares about news from government and Russia and Ukraine now. Come on,
Mm.
you are going to buy vodka and that's all, and spend your evening. I don't want to count this part of Russia,
Mm.
but anyway, it's my opinion, and I can just talk about Moscow because
Mm.
Hmm.
it
Yeah,
was my city.
I understand. Wanted?
And how do you see the future of the Russia in upcoming 10 years, maybe?
Well, oh dear Lord,
Realistic or hopeful?
Again with the tough
I,
questions.
I yeah, I'm a realist. Uh, I hope that somebody kill him, but it's impossible. I don't know. I think
Sorry, need to mention we don't promote this on our channel, on our show, but it's your opinion. We just don't. Yeah, we don't stay behind it. Just to
okay,
mention, you
okay,
can
yes,
proceed. Yeah.
yes. uh, but it's my hope. Uh, I think now it looks like that he want to froze everything because no way to win or lose. He can do nothing. It was a dream to just to continue his war in 3 days. Jesus, I lived there 3 days, guys. No way. And it was a good article on Carnegie
Mhm.
because now he didn't have the plan B. He had just plan A to win. And now his plan B just not lose plan A. And no way to win, no way to lose. Nobody wants to give him part of Ukraine because it's insane, and it's impossible to win because our army, like in our country, in S, uh, and the people really already so tired of everything because, of course, they have listened during 20 years. We lie every day from Putin. And but now because they see that money, salary, positions, economy just go away, and it's obvious there's something going wrong here. But I don't know. I don't know. It's so difficult because there are no similarities in history before. Like this war.
Mm.
It's a shame. It's so destructive for our country, uh, because always that I see, I I think will destroy my Russian country. Really,
Mm.
if he will lose, of course, it's a poor country. No money, nothing, no government, nobody wants to know what to do in the future because no plans.
Mm.
Only one man have plan in our country. Uh,
Which is a bad one.
yes, and it's his plan, not
Mm.
for country. Uh, no win. It's impossible. It's impossible to do that. Uh, Something in the middle, maybe like in Korea, between South Korea, North Korea. But they're small countries. Russia is so big. It's so huge.
Hmm.
Oil, gas, everything. A lot of connections with Europe and uh, the whole world, and a lot of European politics say that we are stopped our contracts and everything. Oh, guys, how I read the statistic after the first year of war, a bunch of European countries just grow export from Russia, uh, and yeah,
Really?
it's a shit like Netherlands, like Germany, like France, oil and gas. Yeah.
Yeah, but it goes not directly from Russia. It goes through India now. So they're
Oh, yeah.
buying it. So they're buying it, but expensive because India gets some
Yeah.
money from that as well. So it's
Or Turkey.
Okay.
Turkey. Turkey gets
Okay.
direct, but at least but the
No, no,
German.
we are selling.
You're reselling. You're also getting some money out of it, extra money, huh?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's a Turkey. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true. Turks are good
Yeah.
bargaining
Yes.
guys.
Yes.
Um,
But it's just one chain, in here India, or somebody can sell it. It means that I think everybody wants to stop it
mm,
because it's terrible for economy of Europe. It's not so terrible for economy for USA, but anyway, of course, it's huge. And during economy disaster now in the USA, I think by the way, uh, but how to stop? Uh, just one point. No win-win here.
mm.
Hmm.
No
In war,
win-win.
there's not such thing as win-win.
Yes. Yeah.
Only for
Yeah.
the people are on the top. They can be the win-win, but nobody else wins, basically. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And you want to say something for this one? There's just no win-win.
Uh, I want to say something. Uh, I already said a lot today.
No,
Uh,
to-
yeah.
totally understandable.
I,
also we know from
Yeah.
our point of view from the wars in the 90s, nobody then won. Nobody. The people suffered, only the politicians, a few of them, and also the black market guys, and usually the war criminals as well. They also went to politics or into black market or some shady businesses, so they are actually the winners. And 99% of people lost, and that's it.
Yes.
That's the truth.
Yes.
I
Yes.
don't like the people
Uh,
that are thinking the opposite, especially the younger generation that have not even been born to that war.
That's why.
That's why. Yeah. What? Because they haven't lived it. Ah, that's why. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm, yeah, you're right.
Also, now we are running out of the generation that witnessed on the Second World War,
Mm,
and the politicians are young and they are like acting patriot, acting like nationalistic because they don't know what is war.
mm,
In Turkey, they are criticizing the founder of the country because they were not aggressive enough to take over the parts that we lost after the Ottoman Empire.
hmm,
But they knew the suffer. They knew how terrible the war is,
mm,
and they stop when they can, and they didn't chase a dream
mm,
for like short-term win. And now, as I said, we are running out of generation that witnessed big wars,
mm.
and the politicians are being more irresponsible and unrealistic, I guess.
Somebody said somewhere, or I read somewhere, that two generations need to die out in order to a third one that doesn't remember the war, in order to a third one to come along and then start everything all over again, which is like a really radical term. It can also turn to worse and best one case. You have also
Hmm.
things where things turn to good, like in Germany and France after World War II, even with the same generation that was present in the war. But that's like a one-off case or one of the rare ones. Mostly the time needs to pass by really long period needs to pass, and then we can talk about people like just living in a friendly ways. Unfortunately, I think in our lifetimes, in sense of Ukraine and Russia, we're not gonna see like pacification or having like again brotherly relations or whatsoever. I can see in the Balkans it's getting a bit
Hmm.
better. It's not like super duper, but it's getting better. But again, it depends on the people. You still have politicians on top that
yeah.
are profiting from the nationalistic things, and they can easily light the match and turn everything to hell back again.
Also, we should,
Yeah.
I guess, stop telling stories with full of glory about the war.
Mm, true.
We should tell like more realistic stories.
Yeah, how horrific it was, and the both sides did bad things. Not only talking, the other
Hmm.
side did the bad thing, we did the good things, and nobody wants to hear about it. I know Serbian nationalists, when they talk about bad about Croatians, Bosnian Muslims, Albanians, they only talk about the bad things that they did. They only talk about the good things that they did, and nobody's mentioning about the whole bad things that they did themselves. No, it's
Yeah.
propaganda or whatever, or at least we're not that serious, or you know what they did to us, and like, so okay, and I mean it's bad, I know, but by saying what they did bad to us, you're just showing that you had the right to do the same thing as they think as they did. Of course not, but in their heads, yeah, especially the young ones in Belgrade probably that you met that are like pro-Russian, in their heads they're like, wow, the glory days of Serbia will come back again, like, wow, you're really living in a fantasy world. Yeah, buy yourself a ticket to
Yeah.
Disneyland because that thing that you're talking about will never happen.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely agree that past and history is our teacher, and
Mm-hmm.
we need to read it and see. I don't like to when people so proud of somebody who won the war. Okay, so good. What is the reason the war? Why they really needed to kill somebody? It's better to be proud somebody who just uh, found another way, diplomatician way,
Mm-hmm.
or not only that we need to kill somebody to
Mm-hmm.
change. If you don't want that in our country or not, we will attack your country. Just improve your country, man. It's so easy, yeah. Economy, everything. Like look in United Arabic countries,
Mm-hmm.
Emirates, good thing, or Asia, uh, you can just engage people because of you create something.
Mm.
But I don't understand that it's only one way. That he has something that's better than our thing. We need to kill him. Oh,
Mm.
good way. Yeah.
Mm. It's coming
Yes.
from ancient times, and lots of people evolved, but unfortunately, not many enough. Um, I wanted to ask you a question before, but it slipped. It's a practical, how can I can call it practical one? You served the army, right? In Russia, it's obligatory.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, did you get at one point the mobilization as you left Serbia?
No, nothing. Maybe now we can send this document in the app.
Okay.
We have some government system.
Uh-huh.
It's a kind of gosuslugi, where you can pay for facilities, some fees, and now our government can send this obligatory document in this app, and you need to go to, I don't know how to name this department.
Mm-hmm. For military
There
service
just
and
give you,
enlist for military
yes,
service.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. And if you want to do it, I don't remember exactly, but you cannot leave your country. You cannot take mortgage or credit. You cannot drive your car, and okay, a lot of things. Uh, from my side, no, I don't know. Maybe I need to check my post box in my house, but nobody contacts me and call me.
Yeah.
That they wait me.
Yeah, I understand. But theoretically speaking, like the war ends in, I don't know, let's say in a couple of months, and you want to check Russia in the next 2 or 3 years. When you go, theoretically speaking, not you, but anybody else, like just saying, like, okay, some other Russian ring abroad wants to come back. In the meantime, he got a call for mobilization. He comes after a couple of years. What will happen to him?
Don't know.
Hmm.
It's so
I don't.
tricky,
I don't think even people in Russia know. Nobody knows, I guess.
Of course. No, nobody knows what happens because we have some laws already that they created. For example, the last was, if I have obligation to go to army,
Hmm.
they can just take my international passport. That's all. And you don't need it, man.
Mm.
Go to the military service, and a lot of stuff like that we don't know, because they just don't have the statement, guys. It's a new law.
Mm.
It affects all men in our country.
Yep.
That's why it's a really tough one. I don't know. I know one thing. I don't want to return. It's not a good experiment from me.
Mm. Yep. Fair enough. Fair enough. Onat, do you have some other questions left?
No, actually, I also run out of my questions.
Mm. For me, just to wrap up, so from your presentations, let's say, from your answers, we can have like a clear picture that you want to move to some other country from Serbia. Um, First of all, thank you for your approach towards Serbia in general. As a native Serbian, I can say that your attitude is the one that I think every country would like to have. That you respect where you came, that you respect the people, respect their language. You don't want to force them differently than what they are. That's really a positive thing, and I really congratulate you for having this stand. And it's a rare thing to find, honestly. So after moving to Serbia, what are your plans, if you already have some, or you're still like in this mindset of like, oh, can I go so far away, but at least some midterm plans if you want to share.
Yeah, I'm going to Netherlands
Mm-hmm.
to my wife and dog, because my dog now in Netherlands. I'm just here with my cat.
Okay. Everybody has his own children, like
Yes,
one.
yes, yes.
Okay. I wish you lots of luck. Again, thank you for being a really good foreign citizen living in Serbia. But not only that, but also thank you for being a guest to our show. It was really insightful. We really enjoyed.
Yeah, it was really good. I also wish you a successful career and also life in Netherlands in the
Mm-hmm.
future.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you guys. It was amazing, really.
Yeah, we hope lots of our audience learned something from this. Honestly, when we come up with the questions for this episode, it was so easy because I had for 1 year had this thing thinking about okay, how are they living in Serbia? What's the thing? What are their plans? It was just reading in the newspapers. It's just nothing. It's just one-off situation. I mean, your situation is also your own, but nevertheless. To ask to discover some new things, it was really insightful. It was really a good time. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I hope it will clarify some things for your audience.
for sure. It cleared out to us.
Definitely, yeah.
Trust us. Not to forget, we always at the end we forget this part where we ask people to subscribe, to click every buttons. Yeah. In order to have more people that, like you as our guests, also to write us suggestions, and also to push the algorithm for other people to hear your story and stories of other our guests. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you all for your support. And if you have any comments, as Dushan said, please leave below.
Mm.
Yeah, see you on the next episode.
Yeah, and one thing as well, say thank you to Nemanja Ivkovic. He's one of our very good fans, and he suggested you to be part of our show. So without him, we would not be having you here. So greetings to
Thank you a
Nemanja.
lot, Nimane. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
and also
I say thank you him. I think tomorrow here.
great.
Yeah.
Also, thank you to all of our fans and our audience, and see you in the next episode.